Hello everybody and welcome back to One Hub Racing. We are here for another Friday night action of the Podium tier, and we are back at none other than Italy itself, here in Monza, the home of Ferrari, and alongside me in the commentary box, Sean, a former Ferrari driver at One Hub Racing, and of course the one and only Odems, who goes by many names. Welcome to the commentary box, boys.
Yeah, surprisingly we are going with 3 commentators tonight. Very pleased to commentate now tonight for the Italian Grand Prix, home of the many pizzas and pastas that are made here, and of course for this beauty Monza Grand Prix. It's currently dry, we had some issues, so nothing to worry about, we weren't that. And currently CXY is actually on the top now, and we only have 11 minutes of qualifying left, so
thank you for
that's my word.
Introduction, Sean. I appreciate it. Hello, everyone.
11 minutes left. Odems, you want to summarise what's happened so far, who's done what, and what tyres?
I was on board with Jordan. He was looking very quick, but just kept violating his laps. So he's not still a lap yet and he's boxed in. Banestar and CXY head to tables, which is not a shock to anyone who's followed the Podium tier. CXY 3/10 ahead of the Red Bull driver in first place. And Nick and Dweller keeping the company. Dweller's lap on the soft, so it's a decent lap from him. And yeah, obviously we don't have any concrete knowledge of the time so far, but nothing out of the ordinary with the top 2.
Alrighty, and this is a tier that we're gonna spend a bit of time talking about the championship battles, because we thought they were all over after the first 8 or so races, first third of the season. Odems, you thought Danestar should have moved up to the pinnacle tier. Can you just say to everyone that, you know, you were wrong and I was right? Live on air, please.
Right now.
I was wrong and Nick was not wrong. Nick, actually, I'm pretty sure Nick offered to send him into the pinnacle tier, but then declined. So Nick was also wrong. Yeah, it's been a bit of a turnaround. The CXY joined. Jordan also just got a bout of pace, and Danestar been under the pressure, under the cosh in the past 2 races. He hasn't scored a single point in the last 2 races, and he's definitely under pressure. If it weren't for Jordan also bottling his the past 2 outings, I think we'd be seeing a lot of sweat under the visor of Danestar.
And Sean, Agilidoc's come in. He's only been here for 3 races. He went flying in his first one. The last 2 he's taken the full points, but won't be able to make today's race. But what a breath of fresh air! And you know, he hasn't come in and got these wins easily. He really had to work for him.
Yeah, it did work for them, and with his pace, but it was, yeah, in those 3 rounds, and of course he's not here right now, but it was like he's gonna have to win anyway. But in all those races, he hadn't like that easy, you know. So hard fought wins, and especially around Hungary, that was, I think, his best drive. Right now, I saw for him just purely calm. Well, CXY was just all over him in those 15 laps or so. That was actually amazing to see. So he showed he truly has some talent. But yeah, hopefully if he can make the next race again in Singapore, then I think we're gonna maybe see some more of his brilliant racecraft.
Alrighty, and speaking of racecraft, just riding on board with Liam there. Odems, what's the ideal strategy here tonight for these Podium tier boys?
To be fair, I don't think there's an ideal strategy. It's a bit flexible. You can go start on the sleepers, go on to the softs around lap 10, or you can go on to the mediums a bit earlier. And the softs will have a bit of wear on them while the mediums will keep on going. So, I don't know, there's definitely a few different strategies one can try. As CXY, it's to 19.4.
Jesus!
10 ahead of Danestar now. Good luck from him. But yeah, there's definitely a few strategies you can try, softs or mediums, and depending on which one or whoever utilizes their second stint the best will be the winner of today.
I can agree, yes.
And obviously we're still in qualifying, but turn 1, it's one of the trickiest. It's such a narrow apex chicane. Sean, do you reckon we could see some incidents heading down as drivers try and shuffle for room and gain as much as they can in what is a very tight and twisty track?
Yes, because the first corner, you know, it's always one of those corners where you can just go in and Daniel Ricciardo like dive bomb. And a lot of times, you know, just drivers go way too deep. And when the other driver wants to come back, you know, in that the next part of the corner, you know, you go, you know, it's just very tight corner. So incidents, I think they are gonna happen, especially now into the first corner at the start of the race, because it's a very long straight, and I think incidents will gonna happen.
Incidents will happen. We'll make sure we get him live on air as he
Yes.
on board with Buffy Dwelly heads down into turn 1. And for Formula 1 cars, this corner is one of those corners that really doesn't flex their muscles too much as they head through the chicane. But some of the fastest chicanes on the calendar, Odem's really important. That's where all the time is.
Yeah, definitely. This track is pretty much just speed, speed, speed. There's nothing else to it. It's just pure go as fast as you can. And yeah, very high speed corners. And it's a low downforce track, so these high speed corners are going to be a bit tricky. I'm looking at mainly a Sky, really a very tricky corner.
Just riding on board with Buffy Dweller, finished in 2nd place last time out in Spa. Stevie G got his first podium, finishing in 3rd. As we said, Adjuradoc won the last 2 weeks, so he isn't here tonight. But CXY, Dane Star, they had an incident up Eau Rouge, and unfortunately both retired from the race. Joritz closed that gap though, and it's coming down and down in the driver's standings. The last 2 races, neither Red Bull has scored. They're leading the constructors. What can Mercedes do here today, boys?
I don't know if George can have a lap together. I mean, he's still in the pits. I don't know if he set a lap time or not. But if he can bring up a lap time, then I think Mercedes will be very close. I mean, Nick popped up now to 2nd place with a 20 flat. So if George can also, you know, go into the top 5 with now Gazelman not here, then Mercedes are going to be a real threat now to Red Bull. Because if they're going to score big points tonight, then, you know, Danes and Gazelman are going to be in real danger for the next 6-7 rounds.
Yeah, definitely. Dainstar is going to really have to manage that gap. No more mistakes as we're riding on board with his teammate. Heads down towards the final corner of this track. And do you think we'll see any teammates giving each other slipstream here as we head under the 5-minute mark?
I think they definitely should. It'll possibly shake up the order quite a bit because 16 can obviously be very strong here.
Gaz is
it's all
4th.
about coordination. Yeah, Gaz goes 4th. It's all about coordination and whoever can do it the best and where the best place to collect 16 is. Make sure you don't trip over each other. But I won't be surprised if we see 1 or 2 teams try that strategy.
And Sean, you're a man that knows how to overtake around this track. You started in last place, I believe, in season 10?
11.
And season 11. So you started in last place and you finished in 2nd. It was
10.
season 10, wasn't it? Yeah. And you finished in 2nd.
10.
You got BSAS, the champion that season, on the last lap. What are your advice to all these drivers when they're entering the race and thinking about moving forwards?
I mean, I think just go for it, you know. You have to waste no time around here, you know, because it's mostly just flat out in these corners, you know. So if you just see a gap, just go for it. Doesn't matter, you know, even though how far you can back, because you can still brake very late, and 9 out of 10 times you can still make the corner. So if you are having a bad race right now, even though we have 15 drivers now, so it doesn't really matter that much. But if you're starting last, you know, just go for it and see what you can do, but of course cleanly. That's the real reason, and Dingstar improves his lap time. And yeah, just go for the move. I think just go for the move.
Gonna possibly plan to sign on the softs because he's.
I think he will do.
Been in the pits for a good amount of time. I don't think he's interested in those supers.
White Eagle just improved.
Oh, he's coming out. He comes out on supers.
All right, tells me to shut up then.
So he's going to go for one run. What about Urs around this track? How important is Urs to deploy it at you know, some of the slow corners and really power your way onto the, you know, these long straights?
It's really hard to save Urs around here. There's nowhere really to save it. You just sort of have to have it in high and hot lap as much as you possibly can. There's nowhere really to save it, but into the chicanes in the first sector and chicanes in the second sector is a good time to just put it into none, which also helps tires out, so it's a bit of a win-win situation on there. But yeah, it's very hard to save your errors, especially when you're pushing. I know a tactic I won't be surprised to see some people employ is just stick behind the other car and just save your errors and chill behind them and then attack them when you deem necessary.
Alrighty, well, Jorrit just passing White Eagle on the left-hand side as he heads towards the final high-speed chicane and absolutely straight lines it as though it doesn't exist. So his tire's not going to take any liking to that. But as he heads towards the final corner now, Odems, do you want to ride on board with the man himself and talk us through this, what looks to be his only lap at this? He might get one more if he backs out of this one.
Yeah, I think that's why he shot to the sky. I think he wants to maximize his time and possibly try and get another lap in. But into turn one, heavy braking. Make sure to get your right wheel on that inside curve. He misses it a bit, goes too late, has to flick into first gear to compensate. But the exit isn't too bad. I think he would like to take in that chicane a bit better. Now into Curva Grande, ideally you stay as tight as you possibly can. And Danestar's out of the section, so that's no more laps from him. Into turn 3 and 4, you have to again clip that. Yeah, he's taking it nicely. You have to clip that first chicane with your left wheel. Just get it. You have to be so precise, and he's nailed that perfectly. Again, stick tight to the curb and let the corner just wash you out wide. There's a bit of traffic up front. Get your wheel again, once again, on the curb and let it take you across the corner. Open DRS. I'm not sure who that is ahead of him, but he's going to hope that they get out of the way ASAP. Now into the trickiest corner on the track, possibly a Scary. Have to get as wide as he can. He's missed the apex and he's just about salvaged the lap, but it's compromised his run throughout the session. I think he's not going to be too happy with this lap. I won't be surprised to see him pull back into the pits.
He's got two cars ahead in front of him.
Two cars going side by side. No. That's interesting stuff. He's got a bit wide. I won't be surprised if he pulls into the pits. No, he keeps it going. It was a
still valid.
20.6. Enjoy it.
Alrighty, well CXY is on a hot lap now. Nick is also on a hot lap, so the other Mercedes, this is a man that's, you know, perhaps underachieved so far in this tier this season, the podium tier, but as he heads down the final straight before he gets to Parabolica's last corner, isn't it? Yeah, Parabolica. So Gazza's retired. He won't be improving there. What can Nick do as he runs it out on the left-hand side? Don't show temp fear that one. He'll be in the steward's office and crosses the line. And he does improve up to 30. He was in 30. He improves his time, but doesn't change position. CXY could be on for another pole position here. Jonas is slow. Jamie's doing some dirt rallying.
That is close.
D-Boy Dan, what can the Toro Rosso driver manage? CXY goes even quicker. 4 tenths over Danestar. D-Boy Dan peels into the pits. And that's your qualifying session pretty much over.
James?
Yeah.
No, James not on the lap.
No, he's not on the lap.
Any surprises there in the 15 drivers that we have here tonight?
Definitely
not really.
Jorrit starting all the way in 7th. That's a shock.
Yeah.
Also, Liam will be very happy with his lap in 4th place. He's only about 5 or 6 tenths off the lead, so a very good lap from Liam. Just about squeaking into the 119s.
Just,
like he couldn't possibly be closer.
Alrighty, we'll wait for these drivers to return to the pits, then we will bring you official confirmation of the results. But Jamie just starting in 11th place there outside the top 10. I wonder what tyres he's going to choose come his race. Oh, he's getting hit from behind. Yeah, I definitely think he can.
You want.
Isn't that what you did in season 10, Sean? You started on the opposite strategy and
softs and then to supers.
Yeah, so
helped out big time.
If you're listening, Jamie, you can do that. All right, who wants to run us through? No fighting. Sean Odems, who's going for it? You got 25 seconds. Go on then.
So CXY in first with another brilliant lap time. He claims pole position again. Danestar surprisingly pretty much off the pace in second. Nick in third. Liam good lap time in fourth, and Gasman rounds up the top 5. Then Botwell in 6th, George 7th, Boji in 8th, Steven G 9th, and Jonas rounds off the top 10. Then Jamie 11th, D-Boy then 12th, Primeville in 13th, White Eagle in 14th, only one phase, again not setting a lap time, she starts in last place.
There you have it. As we get ready for the formation lap, drivers are going to be choosing their strategy. I wonder if we're going to get any sort of wet weather here, or if it's going to be a dry race, Odems.
Oh, it's right.
Looks dry. Judging by the tire strats from everyone, I don't think any rain is going to be in store. Which I'd say I prefer, because Monza's a track that offers a lot of overtaking, and I don't think rain. I think rain would be a detriment to that. So dry race, DRS, Slipstream Fest in order. All I have to say is good luck to CXY sign on pole.
Yeah, it's quite a long run down to turn 1, isn't it? You can really get swamped as you head through. And Buji's gone with the go for the tier coordinator. But we're going to get the formation lap underway. We'll bring you confirmation of what tyre all the drivers are starting on. But as we wait for them all to ready up. Fuel loads. Let's talk about fuel loads. We never really discuss it too much on F1 2018.
Lots.
But Sean, let's talk about fuel loads. Around a track like this, you're going to want to run a lot of, rich when you're trying to pass some cars ahead of you or defend. Will that affect how much fuel you put in the car?
Yes, I mean you have to use a lot of fuel for a lot of the time. So I think drivers need at least plus 4 laps of fuel, just in order to end with the race, because you needed them a lot. So I think drivers will take that. I'm just looking down right now to the tires that everyone has, and surprisingly to me, everyone is starting on the supers except for Jamie, who is starting on the softs. That is very interesting for me, to say the least.
I think Jamie's really got to try and stay with the guys, use the slipstream, and tuck in, save his fuel. So when he does,
do not get front wing damage.
Yeah, do not get front wing damage. Mediums would take you pretty much to the end, even if you put it on lap 1, though, I believe. But Jamie, would you say that gives him an advantage, starting on the softs?
I mean, he can go to lap 17-ish with the softs, and then just put on just supers, that you can easily make it. And just go guns blazing, on those supers. So if Jamie can get out of trouble, having decent amount of pace, then I think he will be pretty far up the road.
We've got our co-owner Igbo in the chat here tonight. So Igbo, if you're watching, give us a shout out for who you think is going to win tonight's race. CXY starting on pole, Danestar alongside of him. That's a grid that 2 alongside each other. Odems, no love lost between those two after crashing out on the first lap in Alpo Rouge.
The love stories are getting back here. Love that.
And we can see a few drivers sitting there waiting already, being disqualified from the formation lap. Quite a few drivers actually, so they won't have the optimum temperature in their tyre compounds.
Around here, tire temps won't be an issue in the slightest, so that will be a good point to not get any temperature into them.
See if we can get a good camera angle of the start. There we go. So the 5 red lights, here we go. Season 12, round 14 in Italy. This is a podium tier, and the lights out, and the Red Bull gets a very poor start. The Mercedes absolutely roars off, as does the, is that Sauber or Williams on the inside. Danestar getting absolutely swamped. CXY going to the inside. Are we going to see any carnage? The Red Bull goes deep. No. Mercedes cuts across, touches the Sauber in the grass. It's a knock-on effect. Gaza getting a penalty. Gaza going over top of the Sauber there. That's one way to pass. I reckon there was some carbon fiber flowing. Did Jamie get through cleanly? No, Jamie did not get through cleanly. George got a penalty. Oh, there's someone in the wall. And he's hit another car. That's the Sauber out. White Eagle. That was a very high.
Jesus.
There's 2 cars off in the shot there. Buji's.
It has to be a safety car.
It has to be. There's no way you
can... Yeah, Buji's got front wing damage as well.
Who was that Red Bull that just took Mick out? Was it Gazerman?
Yeah, I think it was Gazerman. I mean, Danestar avoided it a little bit. He was still in there. I mean, they let each other through. I think that was Gazman.
I have to feel for Nick. He's done nothing wrong there. Guys are just sort of caught into him.
Oh!
Gaza has some wing damage too, so he's sort of struggling at the moment. But crazy start. Blue's all the way at the back, so he's gotten involved. As is Jamie.
Jorit's managed to keep his nose clean, so he's going to need that for his championship hopes here tonight.
No,
he goes deep there. Does he have front wing damage?
I don't see any front wing damage.
I don't think he does.
Wait, on the left?
Nick does, doesn't he? But not.
No,
Jorit.
I don't see anything. Oldhams.
Anyway,
on the left side, I don't see.
Liam's going to go for it here. He's going to get boxed in slightly because of the car in front. So Jorit will have the inside line, but doesn't matter.
Ooh.
Liam.
Oh, there's front wing damage.
Yeah, there was definitely something there. And that's Rex now trying to go around the outside of the Mercedes. Oh, and they're getting very close. We'll keep an eye who's coming to the pits. Jamie, Stevie, and Bougie have come into the pits.
Oh, Nick goes very deep.
How was that not a
game.
safety car? That's just ridiculous. As Rex touches the gravel.
That still bothers me. I mean, there were like at least 4 or 5 cars involved in that incident, at least.
And 2 cars
So-
out
Sorry
on
to
the.
revisit this, but Jordan definitely has front wing damage.
Now he has front wing damage. I think in the beginning not. He didn't really
No, he
struggle that
did.
much.
He did.
I mean, he
but
didn't
it's fine,
struggle.
we'll ignore it.
I mean, now, I mean, it was. I think with the fighting we had, he had. I think he went way too deep.
Look at the drivers going wide there as they exit the high speed chicane. And looks like the Renault of Liam looks a little bit feisty here tonight. Currently in 6th positions, down a couple places from where he started. So the biggest gainer is only one Pace, who's up 5, and Rex is up 4. So Danestar sets the fastest lap of the race and somehow has come out of all of that in 2nd place.
Yeah, he's got a terrible start, but fortunately his torpedoing teammate sort of helped him.
Yeah.
There.
Oh, Montella goes way too deep.
Messes up the corner, and he really should give that position back, but
He should have.
in an incident like this before, and he didn't really. So Dweller gonna to keep that. I think if Nick doesn't get that position back, he's gonna maybe possibly look to the stewards.
I mean, he has to.
Ahead. Yeah, he has to. That was just shot to the corner there. Took the 4th place off of him.
I mean, if he had like an illegal overtake, I mean, he should have like a penalty right now. And oh, never mind.
Yeah, White Eagle's out of the race. He was involved in that turn 1 carnage, but yeah, car either side of the track and no safety car. But we're back up to green flags. They've disappeared on themselves and back under racing. So let's look at this. Jonas is up 3 positions. Do we think that Danestar has the pace to challenge CXY here today?
It'll be hard to take down that gap, but anything can happen with penalties. As long as he makes sure he gets no penalties, then there's every chance the CXY can get one. And he's set the fastest lap again, so he does seem to have the pace. The same as Nick has a go on Dweller to take his 4th place back.
Yes, I wonder if he'll cut the chicane and return the favour.
Oh wow!
Squeezes
Liam,
him out.
Look at this!
And Liam's got both of them. Dweller loses 3 positions there.
I think that was a little, don't ever overtake me like that again from Nick. He actually gets Liam back once again.
I mean, it was a great little opportunistic move by Liam there, so if he made a mistake, that would have been like a fantastic overtake, to be fair. Just
White Eagle's joining us in the live chat. Let us know what happened from your point of view, because it looked pretty messy as we went through to the 2nd chicane on the 1st lap, White Eagle. So let us know what happened, who was involved, as this train at the moment of Nick down to Buffy Dweller, those 4 cars, don't seem to be much to choose between them in terms of pace, but we'd expect that at this track, wouldn't we?
Yeah, with the DRS, it's really hard to pull away. Speaking of pull away, CXY is falling to the clutches of Danestar a lot. It's 1.6.
I don't know.
Yeah, it was 2.4.
yeah.
So it has dropped down. So he'll be looking for that DRS range as Liam goes wide there.
Danestar hits the 3rd consecutive fastest lap, so he's definitely pedal to the metal at the moment.
He's under attack.
If maybe... Oh, there he goes. Oh, Nick goes very deep actually, but they...
Now
That is close.
Nick gets run out wide, so
yeah.
Oh, George Pitts now.
This is not going to end well.
Oh, 2 by 2.
Oh no! Oh jeez!
They're all just about alive.
Wow.
Buffy Dweller cuts the chicane.
I mean, I think he had to cut the chicane.
Nick on the inside of Jonas.
Oh, that is very, very risky through there.
Oh, they did a touch.
Touch tires.
They both save it.
Yeah, they no damage, and Jonas is obviously going to have DRS as well as Nick. So Liam up into 4th place from all that. Buffy Dweller still at the back of those 4.
Jordan made actually a pistol, by the way.
Dweller penalty. Yeah, just shot to the scary there.
Oh, Nick! Oh my
That's
god!
A big
Wait.
crash. Took me down.
Wait.
Almost took Liam or Jonas out with him.
I didn't saw any front wing damage. Oh wait, there's front. I wasn't gonna say. Now he has. Now he has front wing. I was just looking at the V cam. I didn't saw anything come off. I was like, really? But
so
never mind.
let's talk about as he comes into the pits. Jamie went on to supers when he pitted. Stevie and Bougie both went on to softs when they pitted. Jamie's going to go for a pass here on Jor. It looks like it at the moment. So it will be interesting to see whether Nick comes out in relation to these guys.
Jonas.
Jess is taking 8th place, Nick. Only 1 chase.
Yeah, it's fantastic for her, isn't it? Started at the back, moved up, and you know, if she can keep it clean here, keep it out of trouble, there's no reason why she can't score points. Oh, side by side, Buffy Dweller and Jonas. Buffy Dweller cuts in on Jonas a little bit there, but Jonas is now going to have the run. Ferrari versus Alfa Romeo being confirmed today, boys, that there'll be no Sauber
Alfa Romeo
in the name from this year onwards.
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
Seems like you just, as I said, you just cannot pull away. Liam had a 7-10 gap after that little excursion through the 2 Lesnos and just clawed back once again with the DRS.
Rex isn't actually that far off. You can see him in the distance there as well. And these guys are squabbling. Liam choosing to go wide again. He's done that a few laps.
One thing to note on the lead is that CXY has saved himself, and now it's staying stagnant at 1.5.
They touch. Buffy Dweller's in the wall, out of the race. Just not giving each other enough room, isn't it?
Look at all the track. Why are they squeezing each other like that? I just don't understand.
Jamie's retired.
Jamie's out.
Oh, he's lost it.
Out of Ascari. Wow.
So, safety car? No, of course not. There's cars in the middle of the track. We wouldn't want to see a safety car. So, only one phase up to 7th.
Wow.
Yep.
If she gets points, I mean, I hope she gets points. I mean, I truly want to see that.
Yeah, I don't think there's a driver in the grid.
I would
wouldn't want to see that.
To Nick, George, Stevie, and Booze.
Private spawn! Private spawn round!
An enemy of mankind. Yep, Private spawn it at the Lesnos.
I think he does. I think he has front wing dams. I think on his left. I don't know. I think he hasn't. I think he hasn't actually. Wait, where?
He does. Left.
Well, if Mr. Autumn say that, then I'm gonna go agree with that. So, he has indeed front wing damage. I think. I mean,
it's hard to tell.
Yeah, now he has. Now he has. I think he has.
Alright, Jonas is on the back of Liam still, so as they exit Parabolica, Liam really doesn't seem to be able to get the best run out of it. Let's talk about that incident, but again, they're getting close to each other, not as close as Buffy Dweller, and but it looks like Jonas came away from that incident with no damage.
I think, yeah, he has no front wing. Oh my god, that is close. And private pits, of course. So,
lap 8. Out of 27 here, one of the shortest races on the calendar. Our Pinnacle tier will be live at 8 PM with Jamie and Jono in the commentary box. And there's contact there. Jonas has to cut the chicane and gets a penalty for multiple warnings. Nix just jumped up after passing Rex in the pit. So Rex is going to exit. And he's going to be ahead of Stevie and Bougie, who Bougie's closing in on Stevie at the moment, so that could be another interesting battle that develops throughout the race.
Yeah.
I just look.
I imagine
No.
only one phase is getting a nosebleed being so far up the grid at the moment.
Just needs to keep her
Exact
cool,
Yeah.
not make a mistake. But
This-
let's talk about that
this
incident
battle
between Jonas
fifth
and
fourth-
Boffy Dweller. Gaz is on the podium actually at the moment. So let's talk about that incident. Did you put any particular blame on either driver more so, or do you view it as a racing incident?
I wasn't really watching. I was looking at them, but I wasn't really paying attention to who was really squeezing who out. I think I always want to give a bit of leniency to the car on the left hand side because they're on the grass. They're on the side of the grass, so there's not much they can really do. So I think Liam was on the right, so I would have to attrition that one to Liam, but I haven't seen the full thing.
Wasn't it
CXY
Jonas and Boffy Dweller rather than Liam?
No,
Jonas and Boffy Dweller. I think it was Jonas and Boffy Dweller.
Yeah, I'm sure it was a Ferrari.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't.
It was.
I'll look
I
back
have
at it.
evidence.
Liam has front wing damage, by the way, on his left end plate or right end plate.
What are you talking about every time? Wait, hold on.
No, it was Liam.
Hold on.
Exactly.
Now it's the fun thing is okay. Just before Autumn spun. Yeah.
Yeah, it was Liam, and I'm just watching it back now, and Boffy Dweller does move across to him slightly, but then it changes camera angle, and it's very hard to tell.
And CXY comes to the pits.
Yeah, that's going to be
And
one
Danger as well.
for the stewards.
That is.
That'll be for mediums.
I mean, you can do softs right now. You can do softs.
No, they can't. It's way too
Medium? No, mediums for Wait, CXY has to wait. Wait,
No, I think
never
it's
mind.
just a
Jeez,
lag.
My screen. My god.
So Gaz is going to take the lead of this race.
I don't know why Danger actually has pitted. Oh yeah, wait, never mind. I don't know why actually Danger has pitted. You could easily go like for another lap and try to maybe do the overcut. I mean, it's pretty. It can be powerful though. That's actually surprising.
Oh, and I actually went deep there. Into the. Yeah, so I don't know whether Danestar gained anything through that. I don't think so. But
The gap's still the same.
It's 1.6.
It was before like also 1.6 or 1.9. He hasn't.
Actually, after the pit stop, it was 2 seconds, so he definitely gained on him.
look at only one face. He's getting ready to line up a move on the Mercedes in front. Looks to be managing her tyres well as at the moment as well.
Yeah. I believe.
Oh, Stevie G! Wait, hold on here. I mean, Stevie G just. Boji went like into the escape road there. And I saw just Stevie G just drifting in those first chicane there. I don't know what happened there. But.
So Rex and
they had a
BG
touch.
are looking tasty. No room for Rex down the inside there as we head towards the double right-hander.
I'm sorry I had to interrupt, but there's a guy in the comments say if we are a Australian-based league. I think the answer is no. I think you are not Australian. I think
yes,
our voice.
it's a UK-based league, but of course we do have drivers from all over the world race with us at One Hub Racing.
I think they got confused by Sean's Australian accent. They don't blame me.
Since when is a Dutch accent the same as an Australian accent?
Speaking of Dutch
Explain.
accent, start closing in on CXY.
Hold on.
Here comes Jorrit and Liam, by the way, side by side.
Yeah.
Jorrit gets ahead. Only one face gets a penalty for speeding a pit lane. Is Liam going to try down the inside?
No, he doesn't. Nick and Jorrit both have to pit one more time. So,
I think not. I think they go easily. This like especially now this. Oh wait, no, Nick here, sorry. I thought Joe, never mind. Completely ignore that sentence. Please.
Jorrit made a mistake there onto the gravel. That's not going to help him to the next few corners. Very easy to do to dip a left onto the gravel. I feel like this race has just been like so crazy. There's not been a semblance of order. I think we finally settled into a pattern, but now finally Rex and Bouge are going at it. Rex getting a wheel on the curb and losing it a bit, so that's going to not help it.
To be fair, Sean, the podium tier's been pretty good, like the last 4 or 5 races, hasn't it? Where it's just non-stop action all the way through.
Also
So
fair,
we've
but
yeah, we've been used to this type of action, but Rex going wide,
Oh,
touching the
Rex!
gravel.
he saves it though. I mean, yeah, and Jamie said also in our comments, poor standard of driving. I mean, some drivers, yeah, it was a little bit poor in my opinion. So hopefully it was just a one-off, like we always hope, and hopefully they will keep it in good.
It's probably not off the start.
What happened to Dangstar actually?
That was very hectic. And yeah, Danestar 2.6.
He dropped like a second.
CXY.
Dropped like...
Both drivers just have a mistake in them, it seems.
It's going to be really interesting though, because the top two now, Gaza and Jonas, their teammates, are surely going to do the alternate strategy and go over to the soft tire.
I mean, they can easily do it. Easily.
So we're going to have
Gasman's going to the pits.
I reckon Gazman won't be too far from Danestar as well.
I think Jonas... Yeah, Jonas also is coming in.
So they're exiting, they're on Parabolica now. CXY is just exiting. And whereas Gaz had just been serviced. So there's going to be a major speed difference as he goes past.
Yeah, they both go on softs.
Yep, so... Yeah, you're right, Gaza won't be that far behind, will he? He's going to come out comfortably in third place.
Only like...
he went a lap too early. A lap too late, rather.
I think not.
Putting the lap earlier. Lap 12? That's way too late of supers.
That's very late indeed, but I think now it's only like 7 seconds, and I think those mediums, they still need a little bit of warming up, because the mediums are like very, very bad now on this year's game. And the softs, they just go instantly good, So I think Gasman, I think have too many problems, and he can just push like instantly, if he doesn't drift like that, but yeah, I think Gasman pitted at the right time for me.
Alrighty, well, Nick gets himself a 3-second time penalty. Stevie's caught up onto the back of Rex.
Yes.
They're occupying the final 2-point positions. Only one phase is out of the points at the moment, but it only takes one retiree from the cars ahead, and she could score a point here in Italy today. We've lost Buffy Dweller, Jamie, D-Boy Dan, and White Eagle.
She made a mistake somewhere, because
she lost a lot of time around that pit stop.
25 seconds off. Yeah, that's a lot of time somewhere.
Yeah. And also
she was a pit stop ahead of making Joy, but now she's a pit stop behind Stevie, so something's gone awry.
26 right now.
One driver needs to crash out and she's in the points.
That's all she needs.
Which is easy around Monza. High speed, grassy, the side of the track in most places. We've already seen, drivers make mistakes here, whether they're battling with each other or on their own.
I have to say, Nick and George races have been heavily compromised. They're in 5th and 6th, and they're still need to pit.
Here comes Stevie.
Way out of reach for them.
Locks the brakes. They both go deep.
They go very, very deep. I think Blindfold has this for now, I think.
Alrighty, let's talk about the championship here, because Jorrit doesn't really seem like he's gonna gain on Danestar, today, but it looks like CXY will be gaining, but he's just too far off, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean the gap is now growing even bigger right now, so I think Danestar not really have the pace on those mediums, I believe. Actually.
Yeah, it seems these two have really swapped times on when they decide to be quick. For a few laps, Joy will cap and Danestar will cap, since CXY will pull away again, and they just seem to alternate. It's a game of cat and mouse, as the two Mercedes boys are line astern. So whether they'll battle it out or have a swapperoo, I don't know. I think they might as well battle it out, since they're not.
That seems to like the best way.
They're not going to finish 4th unless something happens. So 5th is the best thing those two can hope for. We might as well have a bit of fun. Obviously, that's the selfish grumblings of the commentator who wants to see kick
Oh, there! Oh
George
god!
gets a penalty and almost loses his back end and into the gravel, but just about manages it, and he's soon with the rest of his teammates, so he will be able to catch up. Here comes Stevie.
No, Stevie thinks better of it. I think yes.
He's got 2 far back.
Oh, wow. Okay, there we go. Wait, where did it happen? Oh, he lost it.
Oh yeah.
Lesmo. Wow.
Lesmo.
Oh, and there goes Steve. Wait, there goes Stevie.
Took advantage of that.
Damage off the back of Rex. He hit the back of Rex and lost the wing damage. So now they're both in the same boat, and yeah, this battle's going to keep on going.
I'm gonna ride on board with only one face. See if we can see where Bougie lost it.
It was the Lesmos.
Lesmos first or second.
Sorry,
We saw Lewis Hamilton lose it there. I remember one year, 2009, I think it was,
Yes.
when he was in second place.
Here comes
So-
Rex on the inside. Oh, he still sort of missed his turn and then gave Stevie a little tap, but he's just about kept it.
Only one phase in the points now.
Yeah, Stevie will go defensive. Here comes Rex around the outside. It's a very tight corner, so the boat need to have a bit of caution.
He breaks very late.
Very
Oh,
late.
Stevie.
He makes it sick, though.
I mean, he gets a penalty for it, but he still makes
Yeah.
it.
He might got a legal overtake as well.
Oh, they're
Oh.
weaving a little bit. When you
This is
see a
actually good
car
racing, though.
moving its front wing either side, it always makes you nervous on this game with the desync issues. Giving each other
Oh, he
room
goes-
though. Just about.
Yeah. Hard but fair, in my opinion, you know?
I don't think Gazza's
Oh,
going to challenge his
Blindfold.
teammate. Oh,
Oh,
Rex!
Blindfold.
Almost!
Still at
Almost.
DRS, though. Still makes it.
Yeah, be able to that help him catch up. But Dainstar
George
doesn't
has-
look at the moment. He's got the answer to this.
I've just realised this is my catchphrase of the day, but Gazman also has foot wing damage.
You absolute front wing spotter. I'm just gonna call you right now. And Nick is into the pitch, actually. Yeah, okay, that's what was expected. Never mind.
Yeah, soft tires. So I suspect he can take either supers or softs to the end. If he has a new set of supers, I imagine that'll be the ideal way to go.
Yeah, oh, and Prime goes into the pits as well. If I can maybe interrupt, you know, I saw maybe look to the comments of the stream right now, and one of the questions that's for you, Adams, is who answers the pre-race interviews the best?
Is that question perhaps by Mali?
It's Hello Sadie. I don't know who Mary
Yes,
is.
that's Melly.
Yeah, that's Mali. Why we're not surprised he was the one asking that. I would say I really usually like Jordan's answers. Jordan's answers are quite good. Yeah, mine's not going to get the answer he wants. Jordan's answers are really the best.
I think you are really missing me, I think, with the pre-race answers.
I'm not at all, no.
Oh, okay, that's good. I'm thankful for that.
Dainstar is getting half a second rather on CX4 since we last saw them. So, who knows? That battle may not be over at the moment.
Oh, Rex is in the wall.
Ooh, Rex.
He lost it.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Just
Oh
come back.
dear.
You just cannot control that car of his, can Rex?
Oh, I just seen that on the
CBG
stream.
is 29 seconds behind Rex. So that's a bit odd. Is Rex's car does not turn and he's just in the parabolica. Very.
And he has. Wait, he also has front wing damage.
Come on,
Stevie.
Odem, say it. He has front wing damage.
He's
Say
got front wing damage.
Say it.
Speaking of front wing damage, FaZe, only one FaZe is going to be up into 9th place.
Wow.
I don't think there's, as she comes to get lapped, I don't think there's anyone watching, anyone on the stream in this tier, in this league, that wouldn't want her to score points here tonight. So just keep at it. As you say, it's the taking part that sometimes can get you some points. Oh my goodness, and that was a heart in a mouth
So close.
kind
That
of
was so
moment.
close. My God.
She doesn't have to scare us. I think that's one of the main reasons.
Who was that? Gaza? Yeah, Gaza and Faye is getting so close there. Just about avoided her. That would have been quite the commentator's curse.
Let's talk about CXY here today. Back on pole position, where he feels he belongs. We spoke to him in the talk show last Sunday. For those of you who don't know, check out our channel, Late Night Talk Shows on every Sunday. We host a chat show, invite some drivers in, have a chat to him, recap the races. And it was good to chat to him and get an insight. And you know, he's the pole position man of this tier since he's joined, but he's absolutely had the race pace here today over Danestar, the championship leader.
Yeah, CXY isn't someone that's just qualifying only. He's definitely just genuinely quick in this tier, and he's showing it again today. He's kept Danestar at arm's length. He hasn't really been worried by him at all in this race.
And I think he's just taking it easy right now for the moment in the lead. You know, the gap's just going up and down a little bit, as Danestar sets now the fastest lap time on those mediums. But I think since now CXY has like a big gap, you know, I think he can play a little bit, you know, just with fuel ERS, you know, and then just push on, you know, at the right moment. So I think he's just in control of this race for the remaining 7 laps.
Definitely, Gaza doesn't really seem to be able to challenge either on those softs to his teammate.
I'm watching the opening few laps, and it's weird. It looks like Gazaman collected Nick, but it also looks like Nick may have just spun it on his own. I'm not too sure, but there's a chance that Gazaman did instant cause for Nick half spinning and just coming back onto the track like that, which is pretty much the main reasons for that big melee. So, who was that? Yeah, I was wondering if there's possibly a penalty in store for Gazaman. And if so, I think Jorah will be licking his lips at the prospect, or Jonas. But that's one for the stewards to decide, and if he wants to challenge it, if Stevie G lets CXY through.
Jonas, let's talk about this man. He's obviously in the sister Ferrari, currently in 3rd place in the standings, 62 points off the lead, 18 behind Jorit. He's set to close that gap slightly to Jorit at the moment. But the Constructors' Championship, Ferrari going to outscore Red Bull here, so we can see that gap expect to close. 69 at the moment. Your favourite Odems, and
my favourite number. Yeah, that's my one hub number since season 7. So it's a number I hold very dear to my heart.
Okay, good.
So yeah, 69 points back. They have to just climb it slowly by slowly as Danestar gets a penalty, and I think that'll be the final nail in the coffin if CXY is aware of that. And yeah, it looks like he has this one in the bag, bar anything catastrophic.
So lap 21 out of 27. Our Pinnacle tier is getting ready. The boys are just joining the lobby over with Raflo, who is your tier coordinator for the Pinnacle tier. They'll be live at 8 PM with Jono and Jamie in the commentary box. Kieran away this week, so Jamie taking over the comms duties alongside Jono. And looking forward to see how those boys get on. And then at 9 PM, we've got Odems, who features in the Prestige tier. That's our top tier at One Hub Racing. And Sean will be in the commentary box alongside Alex and Jack. So it'll be the first time those 3 join together with microphones. And Odems,
yes.
You expecting? What are you expecting here tonight? You think you can do well?
I think.
Please say yes.
I think qualifying is going to be very important, because you do not want to get locked into a battle with someone down in like 5th place, because it's very hard to pull away. I think around this track you have to be very smart with who you battle and who you don't battle. You have to be very smart when to deploy your ERS, when to push, when to save. I think almost everyone in the Prestige here has a chance around here. Obviously, the system being so powerful, so a lot of it rests on Corey. But yeah, I think I have a decent chance at the podium. Extended is really not racing, so that's going to be pretty huge.
Yeah, could open it up. VSR Blizzard will be looking to take a set out. He's only had 1 win this season. He was in the press conference this week. We've got a moment, Odems. Should we talk about the track guide?
Oh
We
dear.
should talk about the track guide. Yeah.
Summarize it for us. Summarize what the track guide is every week on Media Day, and this week's one in particular.
Details, please. Go on.
The track guide is basically like a sort of, magazine for the entire grid. We have a rundown of last week's results. We have a look back into the history of a certain track. We look at the drivers to watch, and we look at the hot and cold list, which is the form guide. I'm just getting that up now. So, one of the drivers to watch, I believe, was it Danestar? I think it was Danestar.
Yes.
I'll have to get it up. Yes, it was.
Yes.
Talking about how, he said he was going to bounce back in Belgium after a poor Hungary race, and he didn't at all. He bounced into the wall. So
Bounced into the wall.
So, yeah, he was, one of our drivers to watch, and he's had a good showing today. He's not been able to beat CXY. Obviously, that gap is 5 seconds now. But been a decent performance. And this is the sort of performance you need. You're not going to be first all the time. You just need to keep it calm. Make sure you just at least score. And he's being enjoyed his nearest rival at the moment. So he's doing well so far. You've really put me on the spot, Nick, with asking me to get the track guide. So thank you for that.
That's okay.
But,
thought we'd give you some airtime.
D-Boy Down was also in the track guide. Found himself in and out of the points. He doesn't really finish higher than around that 7, 8, 9, and doesn't really finish at all sometimes. Unfortunately, that's one of those times today. He crashed out in the opening lap, involving a crash with White Eagle. And Razor, who I don't believe raced today, so it can be hard to watch him if he's not on the grid. But yeah, also I want to say on the hot and cold list, we have drivers like Adri, Ollie, Adri, Jonas, and Adri and Jonas are both very hot drivers at the moment, in very good form. Jonas in 4th place at the moment, so he's going to stay there. We have Rex, Gamersat, Alls, and Gaza all on the cold list. I think Gaza will definitely get himself off of that at the moment. Rex, I think he's going to have to endure another week on the Gamersat, obviously not racing this week. So yeah, that's the track guide. I talked a lot, so I'm going to stop talking now, as this race is heading into its dying embers.
Sean,
Yes.
let's talk about only one phase, because she's had a difficult time on the grid. There's been times she wanted to give up, but she's kept going today, and she's going to score, some points, get some points, to add on to her. No, that'll be her first points. So first points of the season. So how happy do you think she'll be with that?
I think she will be very happy, and of course, just even though she's like, I think she's like the only lady that joins this league, and even though I think she should not to quit, I mean, sure, it maybe not go your way, that you want it, but stick to it. And she knows right now she's in the points, so just take it easy, don't do stupid things, and just get those points, I think she will be very happy with that.
The Mercedes goes past.
Penalty, but it doesn't matter too much, as he's 7 seconds at the road of Danestar. I think Danestar just sort of give up the ghost, and he's going to call it a day. He's going to feed in behind CXY, and happily take his 2nd place.
If I can interrupt, if that's a good moment, Melly asked us another question. I think it's directly for us three. I don't know if it's not really league related, but who watches anime? Any of you?
What?
Anime.
Those anime. Sorry.
Okay.
Who watched any of us?
Well,
You guys watch it?
But if it's not league related, I don't care.
But do you watch it?
Yes.
Thank you, Nick.
Just looking at the penalties, Jonas is capturing Gaza, and he has one less penalty than him. So we could have a tasty little showdown for that podium place if Gaza doesn't get his bearings about him.
That would definitely help a few more points. Ferrari closed that gap on Red Bull. I wonder if Jonas knows about that penalty. But we are on the penultimate lap here, riding on board with CXY. But Jonas will be pushing to the middle. And Jonas, he's been so consistent this season, hasn't he, guys? That he just kind of always finds himself in that top 5.
I think he's been in the top 5 for like, what, past 5 races or something? I just always seem to see his name up there. And yeah, he's kind of going about his business. I was looking at the standings for the podium a while ago, and he's in 3rd, and he's not actually that far behind Joy. In fact, I think he's gonna. Well, no, Joy's in 5th, so it's not gonna be too big. But he's definitely closing. He's closing up to Joy today, and he's not far away from Bane still. So it's a bit far-fetched, but if he keeps up these solid results, who knows what can happen.
Yeah, and speaking of far-fetched, 4.5 seconds now. So, correct me if I'm wrong, that means if he can gain 1.5 seconds on this final lap, Jonas, then he could steal that podium off of Gaza. It's going to be a hard task, but we'll ride on board and see what he does.
Yeah. Gaza's also lapping to ERS. He's gone into Mon very, very early. So it will be very far-fetched, but why not? I hope he does at least know about it, so he can try as CDV gets a penalty in 9th place.
CXY, half a lap to go before he takes race with yellow flags in 6th.
Oh, it's only one face. She spun round. I think she has no front wing. I think she has front wing damage, but she's still alive, still racing. So hopefully
she needs those 4 wheels. Oh, CXY goes very wide there as well.
Yeah.
Wait. Oh.
Her saving grace is that that I think CSI is going to go past her. CSI is going to win the race, so she's not going to have to complete another lap.
Alrighty, here we have it. CXY dominated from pole position, able to keep it at the start. He never looked back. He's waving. He's happy. He is the winner here in the podium tier, round 14. Closes that gap to Danestar, and Ferrari closed the gap to Red Bull as Danestar comes across the line. Gaza is next. I wonder if he knows about that penalty. 4.1. He's got the margin in hand at the moment. He's going to come across the line. He's weaving as well. He takes 3rd position. Jonas, what can he do about it? Oh, 9/10 away from the podium. Juret, a day of recovery. 22 laps on those medium tyres here tonight, and the Mercedes man will come home in 5th position. But crucially for Danestar, he'll lose ground.
Oh.
Oh my god, yeah, Joy just...
Imagine there'll be lots to talk about after this race between Liam and Boffy Dweller as he weaves across the line to take 6th position, and Nick will come home in 7th. The rest of the drivers have been lapped. Only one phase scores her first points of a One Hub Racing season. Congratulations to her, and we will bring you full confirmation after, boys, the podium celebration. Ferrari on top in Italy. So many times we've seen that over the years, boys.
Yeah.
And now we haven't seen that often yet, so this is a rewarding thing for the Tifosi to have a Ferrari man back on top.
Sean, you want to do the pleasure?
I always do it with pleasure. So, CXY in a dominant fashion, 1st place, and also I think the only driver that hasn't got a penalty. So, shout out to him. Danestar struggling with race pace, I think throughout the race, and even with those mediums, he couldn't catch those 2nd place. Gasman in 3rd. Jonas, I think from 10th place, he did a very good recovery race, going 4th. Joret, even with that front wing damage, and pitted very early on in 5th place. I think it's still decent. Liam in 6th, Nick in 7th, Stevie G in 8th, and only one face in the points the first time ever.
Alrighty, Odems, let's wrap it up shortly. The Pinnacle Tier's live. They're in intermediate weather conditions at the moment during qualifying, so they're all trying to slide around to get a lap. But this race in the Podium Tier, we visited Italy. We say goodbye and head over to where's next? Singapore, I believe.
Yeah.
Yes.
Singapore. So myself and Sean will be back there next week. Final thoughts on today's race. Sean, we'll start with you.
I think overall it was one of those boring races in my opinion. You know, sure, I think the start was very exciting, but after that, you know, it's we haven't saw any real battles after that. So after the first pit stop, so that was a little bit unfortunate. But I think throughout this race, I think it was a very good one. And I think I also want to ask you guys who was actually your driver of the day.
Mine would be either CXY or Young. I think I give it to CXY though.
I have to say CXY or only one phase.
I'm gonna go with only one phase, even though she didn't have the pace, but I think she was like almost one of the other ones to keep the front wing intact, and she got her first points now in the league, so I'm gonna go with her.
Good persistence, a good example of not giving up, so credit to her for that. But alrighty, thank you everyone for joining. Hope you enjoyed the stream. As I said, the Pinnacle Tier is live now. They're also around Italy for round 14. Then Odens will be racing in the Prestige Tier tonight at 9 p.m. and you've got commentary from Sean, Jack and Alex for that one. So best of luck to all the drivers yet to take part. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and we'll be back next week.